This is from beloved Lord SURYA. He is head of the hierarch at the retreat at SURYA, which is in the Fiji Islands, and it's from Friendship with the Gods. That temple is a temple of peace and love, one of the very, very ancient temples which was very prominent at the time of Lemuria, when Lemuria was at its peak. And the God qualities of Lord SURYA are peace and financial supply. And he says to us, "Friends of heaven, each a microcosm in the boundless sea of infinity, I call your attention to the emotional activity of life. I have a special reason for referring to the water element, for from our retreat at SURYA through the centuries we have learned to protect this focus from the capricious and sometimes raging storms of the water element. At this time in the Earth's evolution, it is essential that the cheelahs learn to control their own emotional vehicles. I do most sincerely commend you for your accomplishment thus far. However, the cheelahs are in the minority when we consider the vast numbers of the peoples of this earth who at the present time have no concept of the power of good which results from emotional control. As the oceans and seas cover the greater portion of this planet, I appeal to you today on behalf of the masses. Currently, through the service which is being rendered by the spiritual hierarchy and the cheelahs serving with us now, it is as though the hand of God has stilled the roaring waves and the waves of the emotional vehicles, seeing as we do the still uncontrolled emotions of the many who could be stirred into destructive action by any so-called catastrophe that might take place. I repeat, might take place. It is expedient that we render greater assistance, and your continued cooperation is of vital importance. As you know, I had the honor of serving as the Enfolding Spirit last year, and it was not only my privilege, but my bounden responsibility to quell the emotional activity of all life. The calming flame of peace, through the threefold activity of life, is flowing to all at this specific time, when the radiation of our retreat is accelerated, and you are presented an opportunity to render tremendous assistance to the masses. Referring further to our focus, you know that we use the magnificent activity of the water element within the very confines of the physical focus, to not only inspire all who come here, but as an unguent to the emotional garments by registering its beauty and peace in the etheric consciousness. In a smaller measure, you know what it means to gaze upon the still waters of a lake, and as the placid picture presents itself to your emotional worlds, how you are blessed through the benediction of the peaceful radiation. When you realize your emotional vehicle is composed of countless undines, consider their gratitude as you sustain peace in your feeling worlds. I counsel you most sincerely to remember this fact. When any part of life has an emotional outburst, all life is affected thereby. Think, too, when the undines of great and imposing stature go on a rampage, when the tremendous sylphs of the air are disturbed as a result of etheric activities of an uncontrolled nature. It is parallel to the same components in your own garments, how they react when irritated. Perhaps you are aware of all this, but it is expedient that I refresh your memory. For buried within the etheric vehicles of mankind en masse are many causes and cores of imperfection which could be set into action through emotional irritation. We are depending upon you to further pacify the emotional activity of all life. You have the tools to accomplish this through the transmuting power of the violet fire and other sacred agents of purification. We anticipate your continued service.